Movie Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to shows and read reviews online at wcbe.org.
I'm John DeSando,
I'm Jordan Hanalami.
and this is It's Movie Time.
All right.
So I'm thinking of a line from Shakespeare. Tomorrow and tomorrow creeps this petty pace from day to day. And all our da-da. And so it goes on like that. Anything Shakespearean about the Tomorrow War?
Wow.
I know. I believe I couldn't even answer that question.
Epic question for epic scale of a film. Not too much jumps to mind, I don't think, Shakespearean-wise with the Tomorrow War. Yeah, grand in scale for sure.
All right, so it's Netflix.
Amazon.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
thank you. So it's Amazon.
Mhm.
So I think it comes with your subscription.
It does, yeah. It seems, and I maybe should have researched something. I'm not sure if this is their first kind of huge straight to stream release.
It
like,
well might
as
be.
HBO Max has
Yeah.
been doing some of their stuff, things like, yeah.
All right, so Jordan, our job is maybe, I always consider myself a cheerleader,
Hmm.
maybe to convince people that it might be a film worth seeing.
Sure.
Is it?
I think I think it's definitely one of those movies where setting expectations is key going in.
Good.
It's it's a summer blockbuster confined to the TV screen for
Yes.
sure. I don't. It's not great. Definitely wouldn't put it in that category. But there are certainly some elements of the film that are fun and can be exciting at times and stuff. I think one of the most important things to set yourself up for expectation-wise is this movie is 2 hours and 20 minutes long. I swear 3 different times, I'm not exaggerating, that I paused and looked at there was still 45 minutes left. It
Well,
was
it's
a
all-
conundrum. I didn't understand it.
Well, it's all about time.
Yeah. Yep.
So you've got Chris Pratt,
Yes.
who knows from a movie that'll put him there in almost every frame. And
Uh-huh.
he's got it, and he has a pleasant face and a good demeanor. Yeah,
And
not
quite the body these days.
Yeah,
Holy
yep,
cow.
yeah. But I thought a little bit bulky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
But and the lines maybe not as perky as I would like. Not maybe as ironic as I would hope for this kind of film.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, it's a science fiction.
Yeah.
You have to go 28 years into the future to help civilization, which has been reduced to a few 100,000 people, I think.
Yeah, a bit of a reverse concept maybe on Terminator. As opposed to somebody coming back trying to affect the situation, you're going forward to change the situation. And I felt, I guess that was one of my early frustrations with the film was it felt a little rushed and a little weird, like getting through that kind of initial concept. Not that I wanted the movie to be any longer, but I wouldn't have minded if some of the time later was spent a little earlier developing out a little more of that story, just because it felt, from my understanding, it's, you start the movie out a couple years in the future, but it's not futuristic by any stretch.
Right.
But then all of a sudden these people portal through time in the middle of a major sporting event, and everybody's just kind of like, huh, okay. Like, it's just like, it feels like it would, certainly crush the internet.
It is funny. It's
Yeah.
reminding me of the opening scene in The Quiet Place 2, where they're playing a game or something.
Baseball and stuff, and that rocket, and that was a much more subtle,
Yes.
like that was good development of something where and people are freaking out, and it's just from seeing a thing come through the sky, and you're not sure.
Yeah.
Whereas this is people teleporting onto the soccer field, and I don't know. It was I just would have liked for them to spend a little bit more time on that, but.
And we're back again in home territory.
Mhm.
Everything is getting home. Jordan,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
getting back to family and home. How many films have just worked that theme?
Well, and it's really interesting that it's actually the 25th anniversary of Independence Day coming out,
Okay.
and I've seen some things about how that film was very influential on that kind of concept for summer blockbusters and family and story, for those kind of themes.
Yes, yeah. But I can't. We were even talking about a similar blockbuster in the summer, F9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Fast and Furious.
Family there's memes all over the internet about family.
I know.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I don't really mind it.
Oh, yeah,
so
no,
much.
yeah.
I think it's a pleasant way, if you're gonna frame something, you can frame it that way.
Sure.
And, you know, I don't know, I'll break the silence here and say, you know, Chris Pratt goes into the future and finds his daughter,
Yeah,
you know, and she has called him back there.
yeah,
I mean, and so it's, and I kind of like that because I liked also the actress, Yvonne Strahovski.
yeah. So she's. It was fun for me to see her in different roles. She's been in *Handmaid's Tale*.
Yes.
And so it was nice to see her in a totally different kind of role. Yeah, she was great.
I think of my friends Keith and Lula and their daughter Mariah, who graduated from MIT.
Mm.
And so that one line in the, so Dad says to her, so you must have graduated from Caltech. She says, no, MIT. And Dad, you know, he's speechless.
Yeah.
His daughter, who's now a colonel and a graduate of MIT. And I'm thinking about Mariah graduating from MIT. So with these people, if you can get through that school, you got it made.
Right, yep.
So, you know, why wouldn't anybody see this, George?
Well,
First of all, you said it's long. and
It's
I get
long.
through that.
I mean, it's not. It's the kind of movie that it's not particularly good in the sense that it's not groundbreaking necessarily. Anyways, it's a lot of tropes and a
Yes.
lot of you know, you have Sam Richardson who's good in the movie, but is just clearly the guy that they pigeonhole in to bring a little brevity to the things.
Yep.
It's you know, and with that, there's some. The tone is just kind of weird with some of it. J.K. Simmons is fun though. It's nice to see him
J.K.
in there.
Simmons
He
is such
ripped.
a bad boy all the time.
Ripped, yeah.
He is. I always thought he was ripped, but this one
Yeah, he
really
really
features.
got jacked.
And he's such a bad boy.
Yes,
And he's-
for sure.
So he plays Chris Pratt's dad.
Yeah. But the thing I will say that I think is, you know, worth seeing, you know, especially even if you fast forward through some parts and stuff of it, but some of the movie in general, but the aliens, I think they did a real good job with CGI wise, and with those things, you know, the creatures are pretty fun.
Boy, they're ugly.
Yeah, they're ugly, and they. It's not, you know, I have a fine line for myself with CGI when it's too much or too little, and I thought these worked pretty well.
Yeah,
and it
and
was effective. Some creepy moments.
The kind of traditional reptilian ugliness.
Yeah. They had Charlie and I, my wife and I, were trying to figure out like the different combination of it's part dog. It's got the like Tremors, the movie Tremors, like it's got those kind of like things coming out of it. And,
Yes. This is at the end of their tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got some different. It's kind of an amalgamation of a few different, you know, creatures and things like that.
But most of all, besides being cliched,
Mhm.
you know, and mixing in Alien and wherever you want, and even Quiet Place,
Yeah.
they have that same reptile motif, I think.
Sure. Yeah.
in those.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
Besides that, they're pretty darn terrifying.
Yeah. They are.
They
Tons
move,
of
they're
teeth
whip-
and the way they fast.
Yeah, they're
creatures
so
moving around
fast.
and-
Tough to play, except like zombies, there are soft spots
Mhm.
in the head. And
Yeah, neck and chest, or neck and belly, something like
Right,
that.
right,
Yeah.
that's right.
Gotta find the spots,
So,
yeah.
so we know the story. So let me set this for our audience by saying, look at, we do have, next week, we do have Scarlett Johansson coming in Black Widow.
Mhm.
There's not a whole heck of a lot out there. And it's by the fact that when I go to the theater these days, it's still almost empty.
Yeah,
But there's a good thing about that you can bring your buddies, and you can sit there without anybody else in the theater, and you can yell and scream and have a good time,
yeah,
and talk to the screen, and you know. So there are good things about being able to get out,
mhm,
which you and I have always talked about. You know,
Yeah.
how much we love our home theaters.
right,
Man, you just cannot beat. In this case, my seeing it in Dolby, in
mhm,
Dolby Theater, the AMC's have that, as well as our Phoenix
yeah,
have that Dolby Theater. And now, to me, this is George. This is the way I want to watch movies.
yeah,
You know, you've got these plush chairs, you've got this huge screen.
right. Movie theaters are magical. They always will be. You can't, that experience can't be replicated at home as great as your system is, for sure.
All right, so Jordan, the movie is The Tomorrow War. And all you English majors, don't get worried. Tomorrow can be used here as an adjective. But And it stars Chris Pratt.
Yep.
And what advice would you give our audience?
I would say just manage expectations, and know it's long, know it's not the greatest summer blockbuster ever, but it is. It'll give you your fix for sure.
And of course, I'm going to have to cut out that part about seeing it in Dolby. I'm thinking of F9.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a good size screen.
Yeah.
To enjoy this.
Yep. Get some sound and some screen.
Yeah.
Have some fun.
Yeah, and you won't have to pay $1 except for your monthly subscription.
Yeah.
To Amazon.
There you go.
Good.